that
I find that
education, I know education, a lot of the time it's not applicable. That's what I find. It's important to apply it. Right? Yeah, exactly. You got it. Yeah, like I think yeah, it's yeah, I wish it was better. Yeah, agreed. It's gonna be my microphone here. So can everyone hear me? So we'll get started. We'll get started soon, everybody. So everyone can hear me, right? Everyone,
anyone that can hear me, can you put in the chat? Hello, everybody? Great, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Can you still hear me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So let me know if you can't hear me, okay? So we're in class today, but I gave the option if people want to, connect over Zoom. So it'll be, you can come into class or you can do the Zoom. So let me know if you can't hear me during the time we're online. So today we're going to go through the steps you take in building an e-commerce presence, what you should follow in developing an e-commerce presence, what you should consider when you're choosing a web server and e-commerce merchant software, and build a basic e-commerce website. So I'm going to ask the class, why is Walmart considered an underdog in the e-commerce area? And why is Walmart considered an e-commerce underdog? Yeah, stay in the chat or unmute. You can unmute if you prefer. And then, so if you have an answer to that in the future, just let me know. How does Walmart's website differ from Amazon's? Like, you can look up Walmart's website right now and let me know how it differs. Okay, that's okay. Let me know if I'm inaudible at any time. So yeah, I'll get to the products that I have on my e-commerce store. What's your name again? Shoiga? Okay, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for coming, yeah. So our e-commerce presence, we got to create a vision, and includes the mission statement, the target audience, the intended market space, strategic analysis, marketing matrix, development timeline, and preliminary budget. So you have to have all of that together for the vision. And then you got to do a business model and a revenue model. So the business model is it combines the marketing, the supply chain, the distribution, so like everything together. And then the revenue model is like the pricing, the costs that are associated with it, and then who and where is the target audience, so demographics, lifestyle, consumption patterns, etc. And then the marketplace, so like figure out what the size, growth, demographics, and structure are of the marketplace. So that's important to do when you're planning. Oh shoot, sorry about that. So I shared the wrong part of the screen. Sorry about that, everybody. So then your e-commerce presence, you got to figure out where the content is coming from, and then do a SWOT analysis, make an e-commerce presence map, and then figure out how much it costs. Simple website up to $5,000. You can make it for if you want to make your own website, it can cost about $30 a month. Like if it was just you putting it together, it'll cost about $30 a month. But if you're paying somebody, it's like it could be up to $5,000 for sure. Or you could do it for free. And I'm going to show you a video today on Square. Square, you can do it for free. Square is a good company to do it for free. Shopify, the problem with Shopify is you get a 14-day trial, and then it's over. But Square is just free. And then small startup, it could cost between that. Large corporate website, a lot of money. So you could potentially, if you want to, you could start a business, making websites for people. And I worked with a guy who that was his business, and I was an employee. But like you could literally make your own business where you're like, yeah, I'll make your website. You put ads, you go on Facebook Marketplace, you're like, yeah, I can make your business website. I'll make your business website, and then I'll tell you how much it will cost. And that could be your full-time job. Like you could start your own business doing that, and you get flexibility, and you take home all the profits. It's a good opportunity. And then so a lot of the time they do strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So this is a lot of planning for a business. So like the strengths of your business you state, then the weaknesses of the business you state, the opportunities the business has in the market, and then the threats. So yeah, you can put together an analysis for that. And then there's a lot of different types of ways you can advertise. So you can advertise through a website/app. So that would be through a mobile tablet. And you can do this through search, display, affiliate sponsorships. And then social media, you can do it through Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, blogs. And then this builds engagement, sharing advice, conversation. Email, you can send a personalized email to a list on updates. That's a lot of what they do with, like, specifically with anybody that's in, like, if they're selling products or if they're marketing a service, like a lot of coaching, like, you know, a lot of coaching does that through email marketing, then tutoring as well. And then offline media, the print, TV, radio, they do that a lot. Also billboard advertising they do. So the email marketing, yeah, like all of those are really good. When you're starting out, the social media is effective and the website is effective. And then as you grow an email list, like you build an email list from like you might have a sign up form on your website, you build an email list and then you can email people after you become bigger. Then like it takes a while to get that list. And then offline media, that will cost money. Yeah. So then building an e-commerce site, you got to figure out what the business objectives are and figure out the right technology to achieve these objectives. And then the main factors to consider: management, hardware architecture, software design, telecommunications, human resources. So then so here the systems development lifecycle is a methodology for understanding business objectives of a system and designing an appropriate solution. So you got to have systems analysis, planning, systems design, building the system, testing, and implementation. So yeah, this is important for putting together the website and the app. And then, so business objectives are a list of capabilities you want your site to have. System functionalities, list of information system capabilities needed to achieve business objectives. Information requirements, information elements that a system must produce in order to achieve business objectives. So then here, if you're gonna, so like for goods you want to sell, like getting a digital catalog is likely a good thing. And so you'd have like pictures and text, so like a catalog that you go through, like IKEA has that. You go through it, you read about the product and the product characteristics, and then you see the product. And then product information, you might go through a database. You go to a website for the database and you go through it. And then it has all the stocking numbers, the inventory levels, product description. And then personalized, customized product. You could track customers through doing like a sign-in form where you get their email, and then you can use that email. You can use those emails to make up an email list where you can send email newsletter to all those people. And then engage customers in conversations, on-site blog, user forums. Yeah, so like yeah, blogs are very good for marketing because as you post a new article every week or whatever, you gain traffic and then you can market a product. So software with blogging and community form functionality, executed transactions, the shopping cart and payment system. So you can get that through Shopify or Wix. Secure credit card clearing, multiple payment options. So that's important so they can get it shipped to them. And then accumulate customer information, customer database, name, address, phone, and email for all customers, online customer registration. So yeah, you can use the emails to send an email newsletter to people. So the next thing, I'm just gonna pause this for a second. We're at slide 13. I'm gonna show everybody this. So I'm gonna show everybody this. So for blogging, for my blog right here, I recently wrote an article about analysis of Robert Downey Jr.'s interview with Sam Jones. Like, he did 2 interviews. He's my favorite actor. I love Robert Downey Jr. So I analyzed the interview, going through like it. If you're gonna blog, like blogging is very important for marketing. It's a great way to get free advertising. Like if you want to write about something that you're interested in, like I'm interested in investing in movies and stuff, right? So I have my blog focused on that. You can write because you'll have fun writing. It'll be fun just to even write, and then you post it, and then people read it, right? So like I'm writing about like how much I like Robert Downey Jr. and then all the quotes that I found that were interesting, like they express several contradictory points of view, simultaneously making sense all the while. Questioning your own narrative is key to being successful. Contradicting your own point of view is needed in many cases. So like a lot of that kind of stuff I find interesting. And then also, so then what I did was I was talking about then like based on the whole interview, like he referenced many movies in the interview that he did. So he did I've seen all these movies. Like he talked about Less Than Zero, and then Iron Man, Sherlock Holmes, Chaplin. Talked about all of those, and I loved all those movies, right? Like Chaplin isn't the greatest movie, but his performance is amazing. Like he's perfect in Chaplin, but the movie isn't great, but he's amazing in it. But the other ones are great. So I put affiliate marketing links in. So like if people, so like you can do this on your blog. This is a good way to advertise it. So instead of making an e-commerce store, you could, like, you don't even have to put together an e-commerce store. If you want to make money, like making the e-commerce store is not always the solution all the time. Like you could also just do affiliate links. And then, yeah, so that's the most important thing, the emails for sure. And then in-house versus outsourcing, hiring vendors to provide services involved in building site, build own versus outsourcing. Building your own requires team with diverse skill set, choice of software tools, both risks and possible benefits. Host own versus outsourcing, hosting company responsible for ensuring site is accessible 24/7 for monthly fee. Co-location, firm purchases or leases web server with control over its operation, but servers located at vendor's facility. So yeah, systems break down unpredictably, so you got to make sure it's maintained. So you got to make sure the e-commerce site is maintained frequently. And then also, like, there's a lot of dead links that happen. Like, what happens is sometimes people don't renew the domain, and the domain doesn't work anymore. So make sure that there's no dead links. Then you monitor what the customers are purchasing. So if they're purchasing something more than others, then maybe have more of that one. And then figure out how effective the marketing campaign is. Like, if it's getting more emails, if it's getting more traffic, that's important. Then, yeah, figure out hit counts and other statistics. And then online catalog, list of products available on website. Shopping cart allows shoppers to set aside, review, edit selections, and then make purchase. Then credit card processing is important. You want to have that. And then, yeah, you want to have a good website, like Wix and Shopify have this. Like, I think out of my experience, Etsy is the best. Out of, like, Etsy is the thing about Etsy is that, the good thing about Etsy is that the marketing is, yeah, they do the marketing for you and people find your products. So, like, I think, so what I'm going to do with this assignment is that if you want to do it with, like, you don't have to do it with Shopify. If you want to do it with Etsy or another one, I'd recommend Etsy for sure. But the thing about Etsy is, I'll let you know about this. This is very important. You got to if you're on Etsy, you got to make your own products, because they'll ban you if you resell products. So that's the only thing. Like, if you want to make your own products, like if you're making, like, let's say art or anything handmade, then you can sell it on Etsy. But if you're sourcing products from China, you can't sell them on Etsy. Yeah, that's the only thing about Etsy, but it's the best one. Just make sure that you're selling products from like that you made on your own. But yeah, Square, the good thing about Square, I'll go through Square in class. I have a video today for Square. The good thing about Square is that it is free. So that's the good thing, because the Shopify free trial is 14 days, and that is it's not really long. Like, that's kind of short. So yeah, it's important to it's important to have good SEO. So, like, you need to have good SEO with meta tags, titles, content, identify market niches, offer expertise, links, buy ads, local e-commerce. So with starting user to view ad or intro page before going to website content, so that's annoying. Pop-up ads, that's very annoying. Too many clicks to get to the content. You want to have it, like, clean and simple, where they're right there. Links that don't work, so like dead links that the domain expired. Confusing navigation, no search function. Requirement to register and log in before viewing content or ordering, that's annoying. It's like, I never want to register. I just want to go in and see something. Slow loading pages, content that's out of date. So that's very important, to not have any of that stuff on your website. And then also inability to use browser's back button. Yeah, that's annoying. Like, I think everyone kind of relates to that. No contact information available, web form only. That's annoying. Unnecessary splash screens, animation, etc. Music or other audio that plays automatically, that's annoying. Unprofessional design elements. Text not easily legible due to size, color, format. Typographical errors. No or unclear returns policy. So that's all very important stuff there. So yeah, You want to have pages that work, load quickly, and point the customer toward your product offerings. Links that customers can easily find to discover more about you and your products. Simple, foolproof navigation. Alternative navigation to the same content. So like people, yeah, then you want to have easy, so you want to have a lot of like very low clicks to purchase. So it's like one click, 2 clicks. Then the site works with Chrome, Mozilla Firefox. And then you don't want to have distracting graphics and then you don't want to have backgrounds that make text illegible. So make sure that doesn't happen either. And then also personalization. So yeah, so like there should be cookies where they can personalize the experience for the user and then customize the product for the customer. And yeah, cookies to personalize. So that's important to have. And then there should be privacy. So there should be a privacy policy where like this information is not sold by the company, and the information is kept confidential. And then also there should be accessibility rules. So there should be like text to speech, speech to text, audio, and just augmenting it for people with all abilities. So that's very important. And then, so you can making mobile applications is a lot harder than doing a website. Doing a website is pretty easy with Wix and the Shopify, Square, and any of those ones. Or you could do it with HTML5, CSS, JavaScript, but mobile apps are harder to develop than websites. So then, so yeah, websites are usually less expensive. So like instead of an app, but the app is good for marketing because like we can only hold so many apps on our phone, and there's just an infinite amount of websites on the web. So having an app is beneficial because it's good marketing when people have it in their phone, right? So like if you have let's say you have the Amazon app on your phone, it's good marketing because the person always sees it, right? So yeah, it's important to have a strategy, then have a domain and platform for your e-commerce website, decide on pricing instead of payments, design your store and add products, create a great checkout experience, market your growing business, and look after SEO and analytics. So that's important. Keywords, using keywords, putting content that's relevant to your keywords, like content, like your article should reflect what's on the keywords. Analytics, seeing like who's buying what they're reading, that kind of thing. And then also, so do quiz 3, and then also answer these questions. Why might some merchants be reluctant to make their websites accessible to users with disabilities? What additional accessibility problems do mobile devices pose? So then, yeah, this is just the assignment. So next week, the proposed approach plan is due. So make sure that that'll be due next week. Well, yeah, like I find question-based, like asking questions is really important. Like I think, doing that is asking questions in class. If the teacher asking questions, I think that's the most important thing. I think you got to just keep asking questions because if you're not, then no one's understanding anything. You just have to keep questioning. That's why like these games are really important because you're questioning things. Okay, we'll start. And attached in the link is it's there. So an entrepreneur is an individual who undertakes the risk associated with creating, organizing, and owning a business. A commentary on this one. If you take the risk of being an entrepreneur, if you succeed, you're given a lot more, like you're given like over 100 times the benefits of a full-time employee. Yeah. Like if you succeed as an entrepreneur, you'll be like more wealthy than usually 100 times, at least a lot of the time 100 times more wealthy than an employee. Yeah, almost all the wealth flows to entrepreneurs. Yeah. And investing is the good wraparound with that, because investing, you get the benefits of being an entrepreneur without actually running the business. Like the owners of a business are the people who make the profits. Yeah, so like investing, you could be investing the same as entrepreneurship basically. Yeah, like the owners get all the profits basically. Because like even if you are the CEO of a business, like Parag Agrawal of Twitter, even if you're CEO of a business like Parag Agrawal is, if you have no ownership of the business, you're not going to be rich. Like he owns less than 1% of Twitter, right? Like he's the CEO, the boss, but he's not like he does okay in terms of money, but like he's not rich. He's not yeah, exactly. Like CEO doesn't mean you're rich, because you could be CEO and you're just an employee, which he is. Yeah, like it sounds like you're the boss, but in that situation he's not, because he doesn't own the company. Like Elon would he's the boss because he owns the company. Like he owns space. Like he doesn't own all of it, but he's the majority shareholder. Like he has the most shares. So if you have the most shares, you're the boss, basically. You're not the CEO. CEO is not the boss. It's the person who owns the most shares. It's the person who owns the most of the company that's the boss. That's the problem, because like most people don't know that, but that's the truth. The owner of the company is the boss. It doesn't they don't have to do anything. Like they could never show up. They're still the boss because they own the company. Yeah, the owner, they don't have to show up. They don't have to do anything. If they own the company, they're the boss. That's just, it's a harsh reality, but it's true. So like successful entrepreneurs are persistent, creative, goal-oriented, risk-taking, organized, strong work ethic. And then persistent entrepreneurs work until a job is done. They overcome problems and pursue their goals to make their business successful. Entrepreneurs are constantly looking for new ways to solve problems. An entrepreneur is accountable for his or her actions and does what is required. Entrepreneurs are curious about things that may affect their business. They're not afraid to ask questions or to conduct research in order to solve problems. They develop a plan of action and try to achieve that plan. If I make a plan for my business to sell $1,000 of products each month and place ads and send emails to customers to market my products, I'm being goal-oriented. Would that mean you're goal-oriented? Entrepreneurs want to make their own decisions. They set their own schedules and are able to work without supervision. So yeah, that's a big benefit of being an entrepreneur. You can work on your own schedule. You're not told to be at work 9 to 5. Like you can work whenever you want. Like sometimes they work more hours because they're an entrepreneur, but also they're not required to be there for 8 hours a day, which is a big benefit. Like it's hard to be, so it's good for some people. Like some people love, that structure. I'm a person that is really bad with structure like that. So like I bet there's a lot of people in this class that are a lot like how I think. The structure, I kind of bounce off the walls. Like I'm kind of like, I like to run and, cycle and do all that kind of stuff. It's hard for me to, be sitting in a cubicle 8 hours a day. Yeah. I know my friends do it. I think it's amazing how they do it. But entrepreneurs believe in themselves and they know they can do what they set their mind to doing. So Bradley decides to open his auto repair business and sets his own hours and makes sure he completes each job for his customers on time. That shows that he is what? Ula is thinking about adding a product in her store. She sends an email to her customers asking if they would be interested in buying the product she is being what? Jada thinks of a new way to protect phone screens from cracking. This is an example of being So skills needed by successful entrepreneurs, communication skills, that's important, interpersonal skills. Yeah, both of those are very important for sales. Like if you're an entrepreneur, a lot of it has to do with sales. Like you could become an entrepreneur just for selling. Like you could sell something. It's usually like 100% commission, but you don't have to show up to the office for like 8 hours a day, which is beneficial. And if you can sell the thing, then it's good flexibility and you'll make a good living. And then math skills are important for creativity, like building a product. Then problem solving, decision making skills are good to grow the business. And then basic business skills like accounting are important. Then hiring, getting the right people, that's very important. And skills needed by successful entrepreneurs, check all that apply. Yeah. I think just for this, not that, just so quick that one, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, exactly. I think it would be correct. It's just like, I know here it's kind of, there's like a biased answer structure. Devin decides to open his new restaurant in Warrington. He has to invest some money to start his business. He is showing that he is what? Great job. Excellent work. Yeah, that was pretty close. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't show the scores like before, because like it showed. Yeah. But great job. Yeah, great job, Nat Chiquetta. Great job, Gio. Great job, Maureen. Great job, everyone else. That's great. So yeah.